Hello, RSD faculty and students. I'd like to share with you my personal experiences that happened at the inauguration of George H.W. Bush. He was the 41st president. This happened in 1989 while I was a student at Gallaudet. I took the opportunity to go and witness the inauguration with my friends. The inauguration happens every 4 years on January 20th. It's a federal holiday, so Gallaudet and all the other universities, schools, museums, and federal buildings are closed in Washington, D.C. and that surrounding area that day. As you can see in this picture, there are guards and security standing guard for the motorcade that was coming by. The security keeps an eye on everybody and keeps everybody safe. There were so many people there that day. You'll notice here that there's a pole with a red sign on top that says all red tickets. That allowed people with red tickets to go in to the front area to watch what was going on, but you had to make a reservation ahead of time. I did not have a red ticket, so I had to sit in the back. I had to take pictures from the back of the crowd. I saw the inauguration of President Bush. Here in this picture, you can see there's the Capitol with flags. You'll notice here that I'm kneeling in the front. I have a jean jacket and blue jeans on. I'm kneeling. After the inauguration was finished, we followed the crowd. We were walking along, and we were wondering what was going on until we realized that there was a parade. Here you can see that there were soldiers with horse and buggy ready to start the parade. So as the parade went by, we saw some soldiers with these beautiful red, white, and blue uniforms. They marched in perfect formation. It was astounding, so beautiful. There were also some soldiers using the drum. It was like being back in the 1700s. Here, you'll see that there's a banner, and it says, the Bicentennial Inauguration. It had been 200 years since the first inauguration, which was in 1789. So 200 years. It was quite a celebration. So the parade kept going by, and all of a sudden we realized George Bush with his wife, the First Lady, was walking by. They were waving to the crowd as they went by. I grabbed a picture. I was so excited. I was so excited to see the president. It was so inspiring. I felt honored to see the president walk by. After he walked by, the vice president, Dan Quayle, and his family walked by. His children were very young at that time, and they were waving to the crowd. I was astonished. And again, I grabbed a picture. In this top picture here, you'll see the president and the first lady. In this bottom picture, you'll see the vice president and his family. So after they went by, I felt so patriotic because after them came by in the parade an enormous flag. It was so inspiring and so beautiful. I have no idea what it was made of. I was just so overwhelmed in that moment, I just took a picture. It was a great experience. I read a book about presidents and first ladies, and I found some interesting facts. For example, there are 2 sets of presidents that were father and son. The second president of the United States was John Adams. The 6th president of the United States was his son, John Quincy Adams. George H.W. Bush, that I just talked about witnessing his inauguration, he became president, and then later his son, George W. Bush, became president. So interesting. I was reading interesting facts about first ladies, and I was reading about Grace Coolidge. Her husband was Calvin Coolidge. So Grace, the First Lady, worked with deaf students. Can you imagine that? The First Lady worked with deaf students. Understand, at that time, she was working with oral students at the Clark School in Massachusetts. So fascinating.